It's 7 o'clock, it's Thursday evening, it's time for Encore. Generally your weekly update on what's happening in the arts in Laois, Offaly and Westmeath. And indeed, I'll be telling you some of the events that are happening around that you might like to get along to. But I had a conversation with somebody recently who was saying after the Grammys, there's so much music we never hear. We don't know what it sounds like. And that the Grammys felt, they said, a little bit exclusive, a little bit far away from their general musical experience. So I thought, well, maybe let's pull together some of those award-winning songs from the recent Grammys to bring them to you, let you hear a little bit about what's happening in the world, maybe outside your traditional musical tastes. That is what we will do with you tonight on Encore. A really interesting selection of songs for you. We'll have some Lola Young, we'll have some SZA and Kendrick Lamar. May have a little bit of The Cure. We'll give you a tiny little bit of Bad Bunny, who's been all over the news. And we'll have some folk music, some country music, and maybe the best newcomer as well. Just to give you a sense of what's happening in the world of music, sometimes a little bit further away than we are. But we will start tonight, as we always do on the programme, with some brand new Irish music. And I've picked two good tracks for you this week. There's quite a lot of really good new music out at the moment, but one of them has both of them, I suppose, have relatively local connections. The first one is from a group from County Kilkenny, and they are two pairs of brothers and sisters, and they range in age from 16 to 21. They're spectacularly talented. The band is called Burn Church, and they play all their own instruments, a huge variety of instruments, and they have a really interesting sound. And then the other one would be a little bit more familiar to you from somebody who's a little bit further north in the Midlands, and that would be Niall Horan, his new song with Miles Smith called Drive Safe. So we'll kick off with some music. You're listening to Encore this evening on Midlands 103. Totally has the sound of a Niall Horan song, doesn't it? You get that swelling chorus, that sing-along sound. It's fantastic. It's a great earworm. It's called Drive Safe, written by Niall Horan and Miles Smith and performed by them both. And before that, you heard Burn Church, band from Kilkenny, from the parish of Burn Church. And that song was called Samba na Hair. And as I said, 4 members in the band, 4 young people between 16 and 21. They play all their own music, all their own instruments, a variety of instruments, from the uilleann pipes to the keys. They sing they do all their own performance, their production, everything. They write the songs themselves. That was Samba na Hair, and I expect we're going to hear a lot more of them. They got to perform at Electric Picnic last year as well, so they're getting out there and they're fantastic. We are going to take a break, and when we come back, it will be with one of the songs that, a piece of music that was nominated as part of an album by an Irish composer that was nominated for a Grammy, and the voice you'll hear will be one that you've heard on this station before. You'll hear John Malloy after the break. You're listening to Encore on Midlands 103.
Midlands 103.
So we are taking on the job tonight of introducing you to some of the sounds from the Grammys that you may not have been familiar with, broadening our scale of music, so to speak. And one of the albums that was nominated was by Irish composer Emma O'Halloran. And Emma O'Halloran is the niece of the writer, the playwright Mark O'Halloran, and she put 2 of his plays into an opera. Into two operas, a double bill. And the first was Mary Motorhead, but the second is called Trade, and it is set in a guest house in Dublin's north inner city, and it features a couple of characters, one of whom was played by Burr's fabulous John Malloy. And this is John singing, performing one of the songs from that album, which was nominated for a Grammy. And this is from the opera Trade, and the song is called You Hot. Listen to the accent here, it's fantastic.
Hot. What? Take off your top if you want. If you were, would you like a drink? I have cans in my bag, cheap Polish shite, but I didn't know what you drank, and those were going cheap. So, do you want one? Yes. So go on, so I got them for you. You can take them with you after. You having one? I will, so I'll join you. Cheers! Cheers to us! Not bad, nice it is. It's shite, it's nice, it's okay. Yeah.
It's hot, and that is from the opera Trade, with the book, the libretto written by Mark O'Halloran, the uncle of Emma O'Halloran, the who composed the album. And there you heard the voices of Oisin O'Dowley and John Malloy performing one of the songs on that Grammy-nominated album for the best opera recording. So what else made its way to the Grammys indeed this year? Well, there's a name that we've heard quite a lot of, and that over the last while is Bad Bunny. And you're wondering, who is Bad Bunny? How would I recognise the songs of Bad Bunny? Well, I don't have Spanish, so it's difficult to choose the songs that don't have language that's not radio friendly in them, but this is one song that is radio friendly. It's called La Canción, and it gives us a sense as Bad Bunny here performs with J Balvin. Now, what did he win? He won a load of awards, the album of the year and one of the songs of the year as well. So this is La Canción by J Balvin and Bad Bunny. That is Bad Bunny. He won the album of the year. He won the Best Musica Urbana album of the year and the Best Global Music Performance as well this year at the Grammys. And that is what he sounds like. But something else, the other song, I suppose, that made it really big this year is the Song of the Year. We'll talk about the difference between the song and the record of the year in a couple of minutes. But the Song of the Year was written by Billie Eilish, and it is called Wildflower. And this is how it's really different. This is it. There have been a variety of different interpretations of that song from Billie Eilish, and it has absolutely soared. Over 1,000% increase in sales on that song since the Grammys, which is quite extraordinary. That is Billie Eilish. It's her 10th Grammy, and congratulations to her on that. We are working our way through some of the songs, some of the voices, some of the experiences of the Grammys, the best music that the world has to offer. So that's what the Grammys award, and we are working our way through that. And when we come back, it will be to a little bit of folk with Wild and Clear and Blue, and a song from their album, I'm With Her. Stay with us. You're listening to Encore on Midlands 103.
Midlands 103.
The band is I'm With Her. The song is Year After Year, and the Grammy Award winning folk album that tune is from is called Wild and Clear and Blue. Harmonies there are fantastic, aren't they? The three performers are Sarah Jarosh, who does vocals, octave mandolin, acoustic guitar, electric guitar and banjo. Aoife O'Donovan, she's not Irish, she's from Boston, but she does vocals, acoustic guitar, baritone, electric guitar and piano. And Sarah Watkins, vocals, fiddle, cello and Hammond B3 organ. My God, phenomenal talent. Another voice, just while we mentioned banjo there was the album of the year for the best soundtrack, and the expectation was, of course, that would go to K-pop Demon Hunters, but it didn't. It went to Sinners, and had a long look at some of the amazing tunes on that. And the one that I have chosen for you features Rhiannon Giddens, and also with her Justin Robinson, and this is called Old Corn Liquor, and this is from the soundtrack album of the year. That is Kalani, and that is called Folded. It won the Best R&B Song and the Best Performance of the Year at the Grammys this year. We are working our way through some of the big winners at the Grammys, just to give a sense of the kind of music that's out there, maybe the stuff that we're not necessarily hearing too much of all of the time. When we come back after the break, I'm going to give you a little update of what's happening around the Midlands, just a brief update. There's lots on at the Dean Crowe Theatre for the next little while, but they're having a TEDx event today, which sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun. But we'll hear a little bit more about what's happening when we come back after the break here on Encore, and we'll continue with the music. We're going to hear a little bit of country music, and we're going to hear from the best newcomer at the Grammys as well. So do stay with us. You're listening to Encore on Midlands 103.
Midlands 103.
As you know, if you're listening to the show last week, Mount Mellick Drama Group are bringing their performance of Oops, that shouldn't be coming in there. But we'll enjoy it while it is. Do our jazz hands as we get to the last few moments of that. I did want to tell you that there are some really great events happening. First of all, Mount Mellick Drama Group are bringing Evangeline in 5 times to the Mount Mellick Community Arts Centre tomorrow, Saturday and Sunday night. And in the Esker Arts Centre, you can catch the Esker Sessions Volume 7, which has been such a phenomenal success. And this time it features Anne-Marie Coron and Geraldine O'Neill. It's tomorrow night, and it will. Anne-Marie is a poet. She's been on the programme a number of times. And Geraldine was born in Scotland and has lived in Dankin for a long time. She's written 16 novels, loads of short stories, poetry. And they will be talking to each other tomorrow night, which is going to be a lovely event. And then on Saturday, Geraldine will be giving a poetry workshop, and then on Sunday, huge event in the Midlands. Tullamore Musical Society launch their performance for this year. I know there'll be, like all the musical societies in the Midlands, reaching for the Ames Awards and bringing you the best of performances that they possibly can. But their show this year is called We Will Rock You. And tomorrow night, there's an unusual event happening in Mullingar Arts Centre. And it is called 50 Ways Jesus Almost Ruined My Life. And it is born out of 2 stories, and I suppose 2 actors and performers who connected at Edinburgh Fringe Festival. And that is happening tomorrow night. You'll get all the details on the Mullingar Arts Centre website. But we are going to go back to the work that we're doing to bring you some songs from the Grammys. And we will begin with the country song winner, which was the album Beautifully Broken by Jelly Roll. I'm going to play one of the songs from this. It is called Higher Than Heaven, and it's with Wiz Khalifa. I think you like this. That is from Jelly Roll. It is from the album of the year, the country album of the year at the Grammys this year, and that song is called Higher Than Heaven with Wiz Khalifa. The album is called Beautifully Broken. And on the programme tonight, we have heard such a variety of music. We've got the best folk album, songs from the best country album, from the best album winner, the best song, the best R&B song, the best performance we've had from the best soundtrack, and from the Irish nominated opera. We have also had music that comes all the way from Burr, to Puerto Rico, to the US and to the UK. And we had some brand new Irish music at the start from Niall Horan and Miles Smith, and from Burnchurch, the family band from Kilkenny. So we're bringing you all the music tonight to celebrate and to mark, I suppose, the wealth of music and the wealth of talent that we can hear every year at the Grammys. And we hear the highlights at the event. We see the enormous performances, but don't necessarily have a sense of the broader appeal of all of those songs at the Grammys, and I suppose the wealth of music that is out there in the world. One of the big awards that happens every year is for the best newcomer, and this year's best newcomer was Olivia Dean. She's from the UK. I saw her at the Hootenanny. She was fantastic. But this particular song that we're going to play out with tonight is called Man I Need. Joe Cooney's here after the news at 8. Zoe will be back with you next week. Until then, take care of yourself. Good night.